Showed up with a new guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the say goodbye to you.
Well, this is my last one. Crazy. This is my 62nd and Brent's first, which is
Wow.
so. I'll kick off the gratitude, and then you guys can jump in if you want to. Yeah, I'm grateful for Legacy. I'm grateful for this company, but the company isn't a thing. People are what make a company, and I could truly go through like person by person, knowing that I met just a couple of you a couple minutes ago, and share a memory or something that I'm grateful for, the impression that you leave when walking down the hall, or the sound that your laughter makes from the end of the office, looking at you, Eric.
Don't everybody do that, Lamar.
The face you make when I'm on the phone, when you walk by and you're trying to get my attention, Liz. Yeah. You know, the excitement that you've shared. Hey, I just put one under contract, or here's what we did this weekend. I don't know if Mike Spetlick's in the room. I know Scott Kelly is, like the reporters amongst you. I'm grateful for like the patient follow-up emails. Like, Mark, I know you said this the other day, but I still haven't got that email yet. Just checking to make sure everything is okay. Yeah, the amount of patience, care, encouragement, is something that I'll not quickly forget. The ability to like see things differently as we're working through things, looking at Rich, he sees things this way, I see things that way, but we still trust each other, and have been able to get some really cool things done. So I'm beyond grateful for that. For Amanda, Cassandra, Ashley, Nicole, who am I not seeing here? I've mentioned Rich already, Jose, the support that you guys have shown in enabling me to do this crazy thing for the last 62 meetings. 5 years and 5 years and a little bit. So thank you for all of this. And I've said it's not goodbye because I'm still in the same world that you guys are in. I'll be at Business Planning Clinic in a couple of weeks, but I'm not going to be here next month, which is wild. So I just wanted to express that. I'm not going to ask you to share gratitude because it's just going to turn weird. So thankful for you all. Don't run away without giving me a hug or a high five or a fist pound or whatever your flavor is. With that, I'm going to keep things rolling because we have a lot of things. Zoomers, do this. Use pins, use the chat feature. We want to hear from you. Amanda's monitoring the chat for things today. As always, honor the TCPA when making calls or outbound texts in order to generate business. And with that, I'll invite Ashley up. For those who are new to Legacy, you'll know that if you don't give us your headshot gets created for you. A feline variety. So one cool thing is my final month officially with Legacy was a wild and crazy month as it relates to people joining us. So we had 29 agents join us in September. And two admin, yeah. So that is talk about a team effort in making that happen. That was truly remarkable.
It was truly busy, that's for sure. So with that being said, we had 5 new agents that went into PC, which was Zach Moore, Shiva, Jake Nelson, Rakan, and Lee Padgett. And then we had a return, which was Amy Dombrowski, 2 admins, which was Sarah Lewis and Yamina Bay. 2 teams.
Yamina is in the room. She does not look like that adorable.
And then 2 teams, the Daisy Lane group and then the Erica Winter Sauceman team.
So Christy Trentman from Daisy Lane is here. Christy, you want to stand up so we can, or raise your hand at least. If you can help people buy and sell homes, but they're also crushing it in the property management space. So if you know landlords or investors that are looking for help in the property management space, Christy and her team operate at a high level, and we're excited to be in business with you. It's weird saying we, I'm like the we, they, sort of thing. And then the Erica Winter Sauceman team. Is that it? We have Gabby who's here today. We have Erica who's here today, and then Carissa as well. So let's welcome them. Thank you, Ashley. All right, Ms. Cassandra.
All right. I am grateful for him. He didn't let me say it. So for September, our profit share was $37,285. year to date, that puts us at $314,000. I'm not gonna read that whole number, forgive me. And we are number 22 in Keller Williams year to date.
Hanging around in the 20s.
We are not the third 22nd largest, 22nd largest market center, so. So if you were on the top producer board, can you stand up? 3 closings, $500,000.
You have someone there with us?
I like it, I like it. Okay,
Anything else from your corner?
if you have not yet signed up for Business Planning Clinic, please do, reach out to me if the lunch cost is a stumbling block for you.
Also, real quick, humor me, everyone. Smile. This is my last meeting. Lean in, smile, show enthusiasm. Sandy, you can look.
Oh, no, she's blocking.
Thank you. All right, Sam. Answer.
Sorry, I got it too soon.
Well, I did more.
I know, I really like not having an agenda, because normally my heart is like, we're almost up, and now I don't even know, so this is great. Alright,
You have several slides.
I know, we do, and they're in order.
In order of.
Oh.
Don't,
I know, this is emailing you.
nobody take a
American
picture.
Dental Solutions talk.
Nobody take a picture.
Alright, next. I feel like I'm in the way.
No more than usual.
Wow.
Get you one last.
Okay, we would like to invite everyone, this Thursday, we are raising money for breast cancer. It is October 16th, this Thursday, from 11 to 3 on Promway in North Canton. We're gonna have raffle baskets, 50-50 lunch, everybody gets a drink ticket. So stop on by, we'll have one court that's available to just like dink. There's gonna be a pro there that will teach you how to play, and then we'll have a competitive situation happening and a beginner situation happening, which those teams are already reserved. So, but come out, we'd love to have you.
And who doesn't wanna raise money for a great cause?
Yes, and Brian, our owner, is going to match everything that we raise.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
If you can't come and you want to donate, you can just scan this little.
Man, QR code in a pack.
In a pack, how do we do
How many
it?
hours, guys?
We have a marketing girl, that's how. Okay. You wanna take this one?
Yeah, we have a brand new office in Independence. So does anybody sell anything in Cuyahoga County? No?
I know somebody there.
Who wants to
Oh,
sell
they'll be
something?
there. Okay, Lisa does.
So if you guys are ever up that way, or if you find yourself that maybe you have a client that is like moving there or is moving from there and they want to use that office for signing, or if you guys ever want to use that office, if you're up that way, we have a great conference room. It's a beautiful building. It's that Crown Center building as you're going up 77 north, that like really big, pretty bronzy, glassy thing. That one. The Cleveland Clinic is on one side, and then we don't have the whole building, obviously, just one little tiny suite. But anyways, so it's brand new to us, and we're having an open house on the 29th from 4 to 7. We would love to see you guys there. We're gonna have some food, some refreshments.
Is it a costume situation? I can't remember if we decided on that.
Let's say, some people may or may not be dressed up. If you
Okay.
show up dressed up, there may or may not be a prize for you.
I feel
So-
like that time of year, like you can, and no one would judge you.
And nobody
Just
will
like
judge you.
free costume.
Yeah,
is,
I think our staff is gonna be wearing like some sort of hat thing. So, you'll fit right in. Wear whatever you want.
And it's Amanda's birthday as a bonus. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. We'll have cheese and salami for you.
I think there was one.
Yeah, cupcakes too. I don't
Okay,
know.
so our last core class is November 20th here from 12 to 3, lunch is at 11:30, and we've been getting such great feedback about Paul. You guys have been loving him. So join us for this one. This is our last one. This is
Until next year,
ethics until next year.
not the last one ever.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe they'll get rid of cores and we don't have to do them again.
Oh, you heard it here.
We're still looking for lunch requests. We got Scott's last time, so anybody have any lunch ideas, let us know.
You gotta show up if you do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, cool. That's all we have.
Okay.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. We hit the broker. While Rich is walking up, gratitude for Rich, pulled together a great class yesterday at American Title Solutions. Thanks to Andrea and Sam for hosting us for that. But that was.
Yeah, we made them come in on their day off, not realizing that Columbus Day, the title companies were closed. So thank you to both of you for making that happen. They provided us breakfast and
You guys can
opened
mix
the
that
place
up.
up. So, yeah. You heard it here first, Brian. Don't tell Brian. So, all right, a couple of things. So I've stated several times to you very clearly that contingency concurrency in the MLS, you have to mark both of those under contract, either allow showings or no showings. Now is when you get to throw fruit at me or whatever, because the MLS, as they've gone through some changes in leadership or whatever, they are now saying that is not true. And so if you use a concurrency addendum, you are able to leave it active in the MLS. So what does that mean, right? Yeah. Jose, all those sellers you're dealing with back there. So you can now do that and you will not get in trouble. If you don't use the concurrency form that we have in .loop, you could get in trouble. So make sure you're using the right one. There's only two in there. It's either contingency or concurrency. A contingency, just as a reminder, is better for your buyer. A concurrency is better for the seller because you can leave it active and you only have to give the buyer 48-hour notice before you can bump them right out of buying the house and accept another offer. So just wanted to clarify
That's
that.
a really big deal.
It is a big deal. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. Yes.
Is that a new button?
Well, there's no buttons. There's nothing. It's just a form. It's just leave it active. Yep, leave it active if you accept a concurrency. If it's a contingency, you mark it under contract.
Are there like broker remarks requirements or anything? I mean, probably best practice.
Yeah, best practice would be, but you do not have to according to the MLS because you have that 48-hour bump clause. So you're not really in contract, even though you're in contract, you get to bump it within 48 hours. So you don't have to put anything in the MLS if you don't want to. So, all right. So that's the first thing. October 17th through the 19th is actually the 16th through the 19th. Just an FYI, no, none of you guys were transferring away from us, but just letting you know that if you have anybody that's transferring into us, or if you have your CEs that are due, or you have any kind of online things that you need to do at the Division of Real Estate, it is down from the 16th through the 19th. There is nothing that we can do about it. So if you don't do your CEs or you don't do something, your license will be suspended temporarily until it's back up and running. So please make sure you're paying attention. If you have to get something in, get it in today, tomorrow. But as of the 16th, it will be down at 5 o'clock. Okay. Agency, who represents who when you write an offer? So I keep getting the same question and people are saying, I'm just going to write an offer, but I don't represent anybody. That is practicing law without having your license. So you cannot do that. If you represent a seller, you have to have a listing agreement. If you represent a buyer, you have to have a written buyer agency agreement. You don't have to be a dual agent, but you have to represent one party or the other. If you don't have the listing agreement signed or you don't have a buyer agency signed, you represent nobody, and that means that you cannot write the offer. Okay, so just make sure you get that. And then the proper way to use Realtor. The Division of Real Estate and NAR is really starting to like follow the rules that they never have followed, but have always had us try and follow. And so the word Realtor, you should always capitalize it. That is the best way to use it. All capital letters with the registered trademark after it. If you can't do that, you need to capitalize the R in Realtor. But it should never be all lowercase. And also you cannot say #1 Realtor, bald Realtor, walking Realtor. You cannot use any word to describe Realtor other than your name first. So we had an agent that did a new sign, and unfortunately they have to pay to have a new sign put up because they said they were the #1 Realtor. You can't do that. So you could say #1 real estate agent if you wanted to, but the word Realtor is a registered trademark. You can't use that in any other fashion other than saying I'm a Realtor.
Rich, I have a follow-up to your previous point.
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm representing the seller on the listing and a buyer, so everything's proper there, I've got a signed listing agreement there, and a buyer says, I don't want you to represent me, but I also have never written an offer before. Will you help me with the paperwork?
Yeah.
Are you saying that that's okay?
Absolutely, you
Okay.
still represent the seller, you can still write the offer, you can do all the things.
But
would
you must
normally do.
represent one.
You
one
have to
party.
represent one party or the other, always.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's,
Agency disclosure, you'd be in that third section at the very bottom and you're just representing the seller.
that's correct, and the buyer would have no representation. Yep, that's correct. Yep. Last two things that are not on the slide, but we have a compensation inducement agreement that is now in Loop for your use. Anytime you reduce your commission, you need to make sure that you're getting this signed by the consumer. If you are inducing into a sale, any inducement, whether you're paying for a warranty, if you're reducing commission, once you are already in contract and your client comes to you and says, gee, I can't afford these repairs, will you pay for this, or will you do this, or reduce your commission? You need to disclose that to all parties. So there is a commission inducement reduction in Loop now for you. It's always been something that you needed to do, but typically we just have you write up an addendum. Now we have a specific form for it. So if you have questions, let me know. Last thing, even though American Title Solutions has already provided us with their core classes, STAR is offering a civil rights class. It is free for STAR members. It is coming up on October 23rd. It's via Zoom, so it's super easy. If you want to sign up for it, go to the STAR website. And the last thing for STAR is we have Realtor Feud coming up on October 22nd. We have 8 teams. It's going to be a good time. Sign up. You have until next Monday to sign up.
Teams all full, Eric?
Teams are full.
Okay. I know we got at least one, but I can see.
Yeah,
Just
just
one?
one.
Just one, okay.
Yeah.
The other person.
No one's
drug
down,
their
ladies.
feet- They drug their feet and then they lost out.
Yeah, okay, okay.
But we do have Jose is coming to MC one of the rounds. We've got some other brokers that are coming and managers as well to MC. So it should be a really good time. Food, drinks provided. It's at
Haymakers.
Mill on.
Yeah, that's where we had awards.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cool. Great fun.
It's a great venue.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
It's a lot of fun.
And Eric makes that happen in a lot of ways with the committee, so.
Yes.
Thanks again, Eric.
Thanks, guys.
As Cliff and or Jessica and or Matt come up to talk from TCM, as I was looking through the team, I was looking over here and I forgot Gina. There she was, sitting right there. I'm like, who else am I forgetting? Gina. What's up, man? Thanks, man. All right, okay.
I know. Hi, everybody. Matt Carter with
Yeah,
Crouch
very good.
County Cliff. I wanted to talk to you guys about a reminder for tomorrow is our Tom Ferry event. This is an event for you guys, so if you have not signed up, please reach out to one of us and we can help you with that. Doors open at 9. It is at the Hilton on Lakeside. It is an all-day event, and then we are hosting a happy hour afterwards. And we would love all of you to join us.
Cost $0.
Yeah, $0. It's gonna be real fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For us, for you,
Yeah.
I think it costs something different than that.
that's true.
Yeah.
This is for you, so if there's anyone that has not signed up, please reach out to us today. He is fantastic. If you've not seen him before. And yeah, that's all I have. So Cliff's gonna talk
Yeah.
about some product stuff.
You can get there as early as 8 AM too, because registration starts at 8. So if you want to get there early to kind of get ready to get started, it's gonna be good. And so lots of great things. As you guys know, across country, we pride ourselves on, expanding new products, new things to help you guys grow and grow your business. Now, here in 2 weeks, we have our annual CCM sales rally down in Miami, which was great. And we did get privy to some information. They normally like to wait before they unleash all the new stuff out to us, but we did get to hear one great thing. CCM is going to be starting its own commercial department. Okay, with commercial loans. So what does that mean? Everything, it's always been 1 to 4 residential, transactions. Now we're going to be, I think it's going to start at like 5 to 10 is going to be the initial, kind of, what they're going to try to aim for, but it's exciting. I mean, it'll be separate from our normal mortgage entry system because it has to be for compliance wise, but I'm just really excited about this. I mean, I've had agents reach out to me about 5 units, 6 units, 7 units that investors are wanting to buy and to look into now. Now we're going to have a solution to them. It's all going to be in-house. So amazing. So we're really looking forward to that. Beginning of next year too, as many of you guys know too, Courtney DeMarco, she's our business development specialist. She's absolutely incredible. We're going to try to start off probably in January, something really fun for you guys. CE, something new and going over all of our new products, just some new things to kind of start out 2026 on the right foot and get things going for that. So lots of great things to look forward to. We'll update you as soon as we get all this information, and thank you guys for your time.
Appreciate you, Bill.
Yes, it'll be fun. Our sales conference is here down in Miami too, which is great. So I'll try and let my wife, let's see if I can bring my chinchilla pants, but you might not.
That's being so classy.
She's coming to this one.
His Powerhouse Raiders beat my Powerhouse Titans.
I know, we won a game.
You can't even call that, you can't even call it. What happened.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I use the word very, very facetious.
Okay.
It is truly hapless.
Sandra and like Chuck.
All right, I think Amanda.
Strictly unique word order.
What's up?
Hello.
Oh, you are like
Red.
same uniform, yeah.
That's a blazer. This is a little more casual cardigan. This is a little more casual.
She just changes them out every time based on what she'll be wearing that day.
But, so next meeting, you're gonna get an end of the year survey. I just wanna gauge how you guys are feeling with tech and command in 2025, how you felt about your experience. And then I wanna start planning for 2026 and see what you guys are looking for. So you will get that in your inbox after the meeting. If you have anything bad to say, don't. But you will be entered for a chance to win a gift card. And you can give me honest feedback. I did ask for your name, so.
So you're saying honest would be bad? Honest is gonna be good.
What if somebody has a bad opinion? You just.
Hypothetically.
I just
Can't
go
please
tell
everybody.
you. I just tell you straight.
You can tell me. You
There
can
you
tell me.
go.
But please leave your feedback. I do wanna know. I wanna plan for 2026. I want ideas and all that good stuff. And you could potentially win a gift card. So please do that for me. And then I'm gonna ask something else of you guys too. This one's for me. I really, really wanna win this competition. So the region is hosting a competition every month to see what market centers can get the most people enrolled in the KW Canva. I'm proud to announce right now we're number 2.
Let's go.
So I really, really, really wanna win. I'm not even competitive, but something about this, I just really wanna win. So if you haven't signed up for Canva yet, please do. If you wanna know how, reach out to me. I posted on the Facebook group, there's instructions. I'm happy to walk you through it, whatever it takes.
Have I signed up?
I don't know, sign up.
Okay.
I know.
He doesn't count for us. Don't sign.
Oh. If you went still, if you went still.
Alright, Sandra.
He is.
Saboteur.
His new market center is number 1. And on that note, let's bring Brent up.
Yeah, we have a rather lively group text. It's been going for years now, but Amanda very decisively replaced me as her favorite TL.
You're not gonna
With
tell
the
him
guy
what you
that
did?
I am gonna introduce you to now. So, I mean, you've never had so much fanfare, Brent. Come on. Yeah, I feel like we need some like, Price is Right. Here, I'll have you stand more central. So
Brent has
there it
two
is.
slides.
Camera's here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Camera's there, which is good. We're good. Well, everyone, meet Brent. Meet everyone. How many have met Brent yet? I think probably a lot of you. That's.
Made it awkward and bear hugged him.
He did.
I was there. I witnessed that moment. He almost quit that day, Scott. Yeah.
Test.
Yeah.
I knocked on the door with that look on my face and you let me in.
The collar was just strained out of it, you know. What did Jose sign me up? So we're gonna do a little bit of getting to know Brent. Look at this. So Brent, tell us a little bit about your family, your why, kind of who's behind the.
Yeah, so here's a little snapshot of most of my family. So I am married to my lovely wife Michelle. We're going on a little over 14 years. And we have 3 children. Vanessa and Tyler are our older children who are not pictured here because I don't have any pictures of them in my phone. Shame on me.
You remember their names though, so that's
Yep,
good.
I do remember their names. And if I think long enough, I can get their birthdays right there. We have a 15-year-old son. His name's Leland. He's there in the orange. He's a soccer player. He's goalkeeper for Green High School. Fun fact, Michelle and I were foster parents. And Leland was a placement of ours when he was 2. We adopted him when he was 5, and here we are 10 years later, still with him.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. That's awesome.
we're new grandparents, somewhat new. The little guy down on the left playing in the bubbles, he just turned 1. That's our son and daughter-in-law Tyler and Crystal, their son Riker. And up on the top corner there, that is our daughter and son-in-law Vanessa and Bobby's son, who's just a little over 2 months. His name's Nash.
Awesome.
And then
The names that everyone cares about, I think, at the bottom right.
yeah, so and then all that being said, the loves of my life are on the bottom there. So in the middle, we have Poppy, and on the left, she's special, but I love her. We have Penny.
Yeah.
So both of them rescue pups. They're both about 4.5 years old. They tell us they're mixed breeds, beagles. So, but yeah, but
They let you know when they're excited.
they are the best.
That's awesome. So prior to this role,
Yeah.
let's work in reverse. What did you do before this? What did you do before that? Kind of what's your professional career been to this point?
So been a licensed agent since 2020. I'm what you would call a COVID career changer. So took my courses, the beginning of the year, and then COVID shut everything down. With COVID shutting things down, my role that I was in at the time was super challenging. So we navigated our way through COVID, and honestly, I kind of forgot I took my courses. So I ended up not getting licensed until late September of 2020. I joined a team at Keller Williams Cervenic, was on that team for 2 years, left in December of 23, and went to Keller Williams Living and started a team. So I was up at Living for 2 years, came back to Cervenic the beginning of this year, and that's where I was until 2 weeks ago.
Cool. Yep. And your team, not to put words in your mouth, is still operating, but operating at Cervenic.
Correct.
And having someone else kind of in the
Yep.
day-to-day with them.
Yeah, so my team is still at Cervenic. I brought on a director of sales to run the team in my absence. I'm betting most of you know her. My sister-in-law is Jill Jackson. She's currently on the team, leading that for me in my absence.
Looks a lot like Michelle.
Yeah, a little bit.
You
A little bit.
look closely. Prior to that.
So prior to that, I was in the landscape industry since, let's see here, 1995. So I spent 4 years in the field, installing walls, trees, landscapes, mowing grass, doing all that good stuff. And then in 99, I stepped into sales and operations management. And that's what I did all the way up until I left the landscape industry in 21. So worked for some great companies, did a lot of amazing projects, did a lot of projects in and around the area here locally with the Hall of Fame, Timken, Belden.
Big commercial style project.
Yeah, big commercials, high-end residentials. Yeah, had a lot of fun, but just wanted to try something new.
Yep. Famously someone's house, right?
Yes, yeah, yes, we'll leave the story out, but yeah,
I didn't ask you to share that.
LeBron James was a client of mine, who's in the landscape industry.
That's cool. That's cool. When you're not selling real estate or helping others do the same, what do you like to do?
Yeah, so I am an avid Cleveland sports fan. Me too. But I will tell you, any single ladies in here, find a Cleveland sports fan, they're loyal to the death.
That's true.
Regardless, if you put them through anything, they're gonna stick around. We do a lot of sporting events, whether it's Guards, Cavs, Browns games. We like to travel. So, even if it's just, for a 3-4 day, getaway, that center picture of Michelle and I is in a rooftop in Nashville.
Nice.
Don't ask me which rooftop. But yeah, and I still very much enjoy doing landscaping, but, primarily just for my own yard.
Yep.
And I golf, not very well, but I golf.
If you golf at all, you're an upgrade from me in that department. So, golf outing next year, first Friday.
Absolutely.
There was another question.
Did you watch the game on Sunday?
I did, and I thought of you with such venom.
Even more than normal. Wow. What are you most excited about? You've been a week or two in, kind of meeting some folks, learning all the crazy sheets that we use, all of that. What are you getting excited about?
So really kind of what drives me and what my passion is, even though I'm like naturally introverted, so I'm not as bubbly as this guy here, but I love the people aspect of this business. I've loved helping buyers and sellers fulfill their real estate goals. Everybody's got a story, and just kind of walking alongside them, hearing their story, is really kind of what motivates me. And it's the same with agents. Even just since starting a team of my own a couple of years ago, just helping people achieve their goals, work through things, was really fulfilling for me. I mean, it was equally as fulfilling as, hitting my own sales goals or whatnot. So just getting to know everybody, just plugging in, learning your stories about you as an individual, your families, and offering whatever assistance you need, no matter, you know, how little bit of that it might be. Just being here for you guys in that fashion.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Brent lives in Green.
I
That
do.
was a bit we missed before, highlighting the Cleveland sports. Do you live in Cleveland? No.
No.
Green, which
Yep,
is
live in
closer
Green.
than I've lived all this time. So that's an improvement there as well, which is fantastic. All right. We're gonna do a little bit of teaching together. So a little story here about our awesome mug shots is Brent is unhelpfully cropped such that like the top inch of his head is just shaved off. So we thought we'd add a little bit of spooky flair to offset
I
our.
mean, you have to sell me out there.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, like, they
one
can't-
of
they
the two
can't
of
tell
us.
me, man.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna talk about being the CEO your business deserves for a few minutes here. You guys have seen that Business Planning Clinic is coming up in 2 weeks from Thursday on the 30th. You've gotten an email like every 2.5 days from Ashley. So if someone asks to send the info, go into your Gmail and search clinic and it'll pop up and it's there.
On a schedule for Friday as well, so don't worry.
Legacy's done a pretty good job of registering so far, so gotta maintain that lead, right? So being the CEO your business deserves. Now, a quick caveat as we prepare to talk about this. A lot of you might say, I'm just in sales. That's not true. Some of you may say, I'm an agent on a team. I work in someone else's business. I am not the CEO. Heard. And at the same time, when you are in this business, you are in business for yourself, whether you're doing so within someone else's business, Keller Williams, we're all inside Gary Keller's world, are we not? And so being a business owner within business owners, within other businesses is very normal. So I'd say that to you so no one's clocking out simply because you're not managing other people. The CEO is the person who's in charge of their business. And the cool thing is when you're a solo agent, you get to wear the hat of sales, outbound sales, inside sales, admin, marketing specialist, showing assistant, you wear all of those hats, but CEO is one of those hats. And in my conversations with many of you, the CEO hat is often the one that gets most neglected because you're too busy. You're too focused on actually getting the work done or other things. Before we dive in, who wants to draw the distinction between what being a CEO is versus being a sales agent is? Love to hear a couple thoughts.
It's the difference between being entrepreneurial and being dragged along by the market.
Yeah. Go a little bit deeper than that, because I think that's a really good point.
If you're running your business in a way that's efficient and effective all of the time, the conditions of the market impact it less.
Yeah, that's so good. And so often when I ask any number of you, hey, how's business? It's easy to make a market-based response. That's not a CEO-based response. A CEO, and Brent and I will talk a little bit more about what being a CEO is, but I understand my business is affected by the market, but my business is not dictated by the market. And those are two different things. Who else wants to draw a distinction between being a regular sales agent and being a CEO in your business? Super smart. We're all intimidated after that. Scott.
Take a shot. I think you have to work on the business as the CEO. And when you're a sales person more so, you're working in the business. And it takes different vision for each of those things. The one has to be more broad and leading others towards a vision together, I think, and that's the CEO versus as a sales agent, you have a more of a direct flow towards bringing in those sales and instead of the whole
Yes.
view.
Yeah, absolutely. On versus in is such a helpful distinction. So we're gonna talk a little bit about best practices for working on your business as a CEO. 5 years from now, if you've succeeded, I don't want your game plan to be because interest rates were better over the course of 5 years, or there was some new business came to town and created jobs, so more people moved here. Hope is not a plan. And so let's click into your CEO hat that might look similar to the hats that. So just as a side note, maybe you need like a hat for when you're doing your CEO job, and those are some suggestions.
Wear many hats.
All right, let me pull this up just so I'm talking when it's my turn and you're talking when it's your turn. Okay, this is your turn. Number one, know your numbers. Brent, what does that mean?
So knowing your numbers is vital when you're running your business as your CEO. CEOs, they should lead with data. They don't let other things get in the way. They don't lead with drama. So numbers are important, and you hear the story, numbers don't lie. And they don't. And I think a lot of times that's why people can be leery of their numbers, because it is truthful, and sometimes we don't want to accept that truth. So, that's all fine and dandy, but feelings and hope and fear, they're not strategies. So we have to dive into them. We have to know where we stand. We have to set goals and know our progress towards those goals. Why does that matter? Because without measuring, you can't improve. So you can't improve upon what you're not measuring, and your numbers are what's telling your story of your business. So Mark mentioned business planning clinic coming up in a couple of weeks. Side note on that, I attended my first business planning clinic last fall. The same one that's coming up here in 2 weeks. And it was a game changer for me. It really brought to light some areas of my business that I needed to focus on, have in place, and lead from. So I highly encourage, if you haven't signed up, to give it a shot and check it out. So but coming into that business planning clinic, there's some key measurements of your business you should know. And I'm curious, how many people know their year-to-date closings, their average commissions, and their year-to-date GCI? Raise
Looking at Caitlin, you're nodding. I know you do. I've seen your spreadsheet. That was like 8% of the room there.
Yeah, so it's super important to know that stuff. And as I clarified with Amanda before this meeting, whether you're using Google Sheets or Excel, it could be as simple as that. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just get started knowing those numbers, so that you can continue to improve, and you have a goal. There's no sense in starting a race when you don't know the finish line, right? Your numbers are your finish line.
Yep. Jose,
Can I say that?
sir.
One of the most helpful reports that KW provides is a multi-year trends.
Mhm.
So every agent in here has on a multi-year trend, 5 years look back of how many contracts you wrote, how many deals you closed month by month, so you can look at it. If you don't know how to pull that, I would talk to Amanda, because it's a very, very helpful report for you to kind of look at on a monthly basis.
You can access it in Command. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And before business planning clinic, we'll figure out a way to make sure that everyone knows how to do that. Just so you can do that. So question for the group: what is one number that might be helpful to know in your business that you don't know, or that you have therefore been avoiding? Caitlin.
Your deals that fall through,
Mm,
because if you track those, some people, when the deal falls through, you don't wanna think about it anymore. But, if you know why it's happening, or if you see a trend, that's important, just to know and fix whatever you can control for the future.
yeah. What else? That's a great one. A lot of people don't like, oh, I just don't want to think about the negative things. It's like, I get it. They're disappointing. And at the same time, there's opportunity in your business if a higher than average percentage are falling out. Yeah.
Paulette on Zoom says ROI.
ROI. Yes. What am I getting for the money that I'm putting in, or the time that I'm putting in? Is it justifiable based upon my investment? How many of you track appointments? You of you?
I was in a stock.
Cassandra, you gonna jump in on something?
The difference between your cost of sale and expenses in your business is one that I frequently hear people don't track.
Yep. That went a few layers nerdier, but no less vital. And actually, that'll bring us to our fifth point. So we can actually follow. We'll circle back on that. I'll circle back for one last time. I don't know if you will.
Mark, one good one to know is your conversion rates. Whether that's how many contacts you make to set an appointment, how many appointments you go on to write a contract, how many contracts you write till you get something under contract and closed. Nobody really likes making phone calls. Sorry, Mike's not in the room.
Sounds like Mike wasn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as Mike's not in the room, nobody else likes making phone calls. In general, but if you know that conversion rate and you can work it backwards from, I make average of just $5,000 commission. I show 5 houses to get there, so that's $1,000 per showing. I had 10 appointments to show those houses. It's $100 appointment. I made 10 calls to get an appointment. You know, every time you pick up the phone, that's $10 in your pocket. That makes it a little bit easier to do those phone calls if you know those numbers.
And for those that have done Bold before, so much of the power of Bold is tracking numbers, actually looking at how many contacts did I make, et cetera. All right, keep things rolling. Be the CEO of your time. This is not a strength of mine for those who know me well. You see my calendar and you know, start to have one of those reactions. But I want to talk about the CEO of your time. A lot of us are busy. I don't think anyone's going to say I live a bored life where I'm just looking for things to do. Whether you're busy with your business or you're busy with your life plus your business, life is full and busy. What's the difference between a CEO's time and a salesperson's time? And this might circle back to what Scott said a few minutes ago. How does the CEO think differently about their time?
It has a higher value.
Yeah, I would say being more intentional too with your time, how it's managed.
Okay. Higher value, what does that mean?
It means that you are viewing your time as a currency that you're investing in activity. Instead of the activities are choosing what I'm doing.
Yes, I happen to my calendar, not my calendar happens to me. This is a besetting sin of a lot of highly successful agents. Like, well, I got a client who has a need, therefore that's the most important thing. It might not be the most important thing, especially if it means, if we think about what does a CEO spend time doing that you might not be doing, they're planning their quarter. Okay, here's my hope. A lot of agents, when I say what's your goal for the year, it's really a hope for the year. Oh, I'd love to sell 50 houses. All right, tell me about your game plan for that. Blink, blink, blink. Come to Business Planning Clinic where we can go deeper on that. The CEO is going to plan their quarter. They're going to talk about what are my big rocks? What are the things that I can affect? Not just the things that are happening to me. They might put things on their calendar as placeholders. Hey, if I need to have X number of listing appointments per week in order for me to hit my goal, I'm going to put them as placeholders on my calendar such that when something pops up, I know that I've got that time protected. I'm able to replace, not erase. There's a really good book about time called The 12-Week Year. We read it in like 2021. I want to say it was kind of gaining tread around the KW world. And the author of that book, whose name I'm forgetting, advocates for a couple of practices to help you think like a CEO within your business. One is to take a week off once a quarter. The 12-week year is if a quarter is technically 13 weeks. There's 52 weeks in a year divided by 4, that's 13. But we think of a quarter as 3 months, which is 12. Take a week off once a quarter. Unplug, spend time away, take stock, breathe, etc. That's a cool thing to do. Take one day off, and by off doesn't mean just go vacation, but once a month, whether it's a Friday or a Monday, and look at your business. I'm not grinding, I'm not prospecting, but hey, how am I relative to my goals? Am I on pace? What do I strategically need to tweak? Where am I at as it relates to my GPS? Those are a couple of best practices that a CEO would do with their time. Okay, if your calendar was a report card, what grade would it give your business leadership? Business leadership means what we're talking about here, the happening to my calendar as opposed to my calendar. If you're just busy on your calendar, you don't that doesn't give you an A just because you're busy. So that's a question for reflection as we move forward here. All right, clarify your vision and standards. Who wants to take a stab at what vision means as it relates to your business? Choose to wait. Ginger, what do you think vision means?
Obviously, vision means where do you want the next 6 months or year of your business to go, but instead of just envisioning it, you need a plan. What does your schedule look like in your calendar to reflect that?
Yeah. Too many agents have a buying, selling, investing, first time home buyer, luxury land. I'll help you with all of it, and that's not a compelling story, even if it's true. A compelling vision is who your avatar is, meaning who your ideal client is, and you all actually know this. That client's man, I could clone you and rinse and repeat this 100 times a year, I would. And then there's those where it's if I never work with you again, I would be happy to do it, even regardless. Like, we've all had both of those. I know I certainly have. The first one is your avatar. So how do I create a business that attracts the person that I want to be in business with, both with clients, but then also for those of you who are growing teams or looking to make that higher, attracts the sort of people that you want to work with. Vision for where you're going is more about quality and character than it is about numbers. Goals and vision are different things. Saying I want to sell 100 homes, that's not your vision, that's your goal. Your vision is, hey, how do I want it to look and feel along the way? Once you have that clear, that creates an environment where you can create standards. Standards are, what rules am I agreeing to play by? What rules am I expecting the people in my world to play by? As it relates to professionalism, how quickly do we respond? If I'm creating a team and there's no standards as it relates to response time, and I'm getting calls saying, hey, I texted your agent 4 days ago and I haven't heard something. And you say, well, I respond within 30 minutes. Like, you have a standards issue there and an accountability to standards issue there, which for many of you who are growing teams, that can be a point of challenge. If you don't clarify your standards, that's on you as the CEO. That's not on them for not just getting it. So professionalism for like how much are we working? How many outbound calls and contacts are we looking to make? Once you create clarity around your standards, it becomes very easy to hire and fire into your world. So a couple of notes there as it relates to standards. Question, as you think about what you want your vision and standards to be as the CEO of your business, I think a helpful question to ask is, what is your business known for? Not what do you wish it was? Oh, I wish it was like the luxury king of Northeast Ohio, but it's not. And so what is it known for? Best way to figure that out is to call your last 10 clients. What was it like working with me? I'm not asking you to butter me up, but like, what words would you just use to describe the experience of working with me? What went really well? Where do you think I excelled? What was fun about working with me? What was maybe not so helpful? Like, you're looking for feedback more than you're looking for a Google review. That's what can become your vision and your standards, because that's how you're operating at this point. All right, let's give Brent a few big words to explain to you guys. Number 4,
systemizing your business for scalability. So CEOs of a business, they need to build a business that works without them. One of the goals when I was in the landscape industry, every owner had, it seemed like, was one day I want to sell my business. So people don't buy your business because you have good employees, you have nice equipment, anything of that nature. People buy your business for systems that are in place that no matter who's there, if the system is being followed, can operate at a high level, make money, be efficient. So what does having those systems in place for you mean? It means that you have freedom. You're not tied to being in the business every day. You spend enough time on the business that you have a system in place for everything. You've worked through that system. You've learned where the improvements need to be made. You've made those improvements and you've trained the people in your business to operate by those systems as well. So some key areas to focus on when you're thinking about this, checklists and automations. Go through your business, your lead gen. What do? Spell it out, make a checklist so that anybody can follow that. And if they follow these orders, they're going to be successful as well. Get your CRM in organized in fashion. Use your smart plans. I'm guessing everybody in here uses a CRM. If
not, yes, not yes.
If you're not, it's super important and it does a lot of the work for you. And that's also something when Jose mentioned your 5-year trends, talking with Amanda about if you need some more guidance, assistance on your CRM, schedule a time with Amanda to go over Command and all that it can do for you to really kind of make your life easier. And then your leverage. What do you have to do in your business? No one else can do it but you. If you really think about it and you have a system in place, there's very few things that no one else could do outside of you. So use that leverage and then you'll know when and what you can delegate and to who. So, identify an area of your business that breaks down, a good place to start, like when you're looking back, at your business, someone mentioned, the deals that fall apart. So just like you're gonna look at that and say, where did it go wrong? So we can, identify that potential roadblock in the future and know how to get over it. You can do that with any part of your business and then put in a plan. How do we work through this part? And so you have that system in place moving forward.
Yeah, that's so good. If you're not a systems person, the best thing to do is to just document what you do.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your lead follow-up method? I don't have a system. Well, you do something, and there's probably big gaps there, but it's better to identify what you're currently doing, because only then can you improve upon what you're looking to do.
And we don't have to recreate the wheel when we're developing our systems. Find somebody that you're trusting or that's doing it at a high level. And talk to them. Say, hey, this is an area I want to improve on. Can you share some of your wisdom with me? And go from there.
Yep, one little plug, and we'll keep moving to the last point. This can be a really helpful area where AI can be supportive of our businesses. So let's just say lead follow-up is something like, well, I try to call the people that I meet at open houses, but if they don't answer, they go in a pile somewhere and I'm not doing anything with them. Ask ChatGPT what a good follow-up system for open house leads would be. And you may disagree with a thing or two that they say, but better to say, okay, here's what I'm gonna start with, as opposed to, well, I'm just gonna continue to not follow up. So helpful AI use is asking them what a good system would be as it relates to your business. Finally, for today, strengthen your financial intelligence. Cassandra was talking about cost of sale and expenses, and some of you might have been saying like, what? A CEO understands the financial health of their business. A lot of agents, this is one of those like delineations between whether you think like an agent or you think like a CEO. Hey, how's your business doing this year? A CEO will say, I'm 5% off my profit goals, because profit is actually the thing that we're all aiming for. Profit is what pays the bills, makes your dreams come true. Listings and closings help towards that. But when someone answers the volume question, at the end of the day, it's really about our ego more than anything. Oh, I'm having a good year. I know agents that are having a good year, but are making less money because of whatever, whether it's a commission, failing to negotiate for their commission, etc. So a CEO understands the importance of profit. They're able to look at two major kind of documents as it relates to understanding the financial health of their business. Who wants to guess?
P&L.
P&L, and every balance or every business needs a balance sheet, which is basically what's the business worth. So if you don't, who keeps a P&L at this point? Could be a simple spreadsheet, could be Quicken. I know Erica does. Okay, a handful of you. It can be very simple. This is a great time of year for those who are interested in tax savings to get these things in order. And it's a plug for our education day in November, where we're going to have a tax professional come in as well. If you don't have a P&L, it's hard to take advantage of the tax benefits available to you. And there's massive tax. People say like, oh no, I'm self-employed, I got to pay taxes. Like, well, you've always had to pay taxes. It just came out differently. The benefits as being self-employed are huge. Most of you aren't taking advantage of them because you're not dialed into your financial status. So massive opportunity. It gets exciting once you start paying attention to those things, or it gets real, and better to operate from a place of real than not. One quick question or for pondering. A lot of times when we think about financial health in our business, we think about saving money. Oh, I need to tighten back. I need to budget. I need to be more careful. For a lot of you, it's where should I be thoughtful to spend a little bit more money? Oh, I'm not investing any money in my database. Ding, ding, ding. Massive opportunity there. Your database deserves to be invested in. Do you need to buy leads? We can talk about that. But there may be opportunity to spend strategically, that, as Paulette said, to see where we can get an ROI. So those are a few thoughts. Final thought: your business doesn't need a superhero; it needs a CEO. Well, a lot of superheroes out there, but I want you to be profitable.
I was gonna say, that was his last words of wisdom.
Never would have come up with that.
We've said it a bajillion times, you gotta come to Business Planning Clinic, $17 with lunch. You can't afford lunch, let me know, and we can help with that. I'll bring you my PB&J from Sandy House. It's a full day, you're getting 5 hours of CE, Jose is leading it with a few of the rest of us. It's gonna be a great time, barrel on. With that, I think Ashley, we have a few other little coming ups. You want me to- Oh, we're doing a giveaway.
My lovely friend Ashley's
Thanks,
gonna
Brad.
walk around
Thank
with paper and pens this month. Okay, how this works, if you sold a house in the month of September. Write down a number between 1 and 264, which is the number of closings we had in September. And the person who is closest to the wheel number without going over wins. I think I got it right.
Makes sense.
It's September.
I got it.
Alright, and Zoomers,
Throw your answer in the chat.
Amanda.
Oh, yes, put your answers in the chat.
I have a pen.
Put my name on this.
I mean, if you want to, I'm not gonna make you turn it in.
Oh, it's just all.
Have you been here?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Oh.
It's been hard.
I got
On my way.
Yeah, but look how long we love.
She's.
Oh, right. You're toxic. Look at how happy she is. Yeah.
It's your responses in.
His daughter.
I'm feeling good about the 100. If you haven't put your number down, I feel like it's.
Right? Something wrong.
Oh, that's me.
There's the hospital checking in. I looked at this.
Everybody have it written down. I heard a no.
Well, they lost.
Alright. Number 1 to 264, $50 Ticketmaster gift card. If you wanna go watch the Browns lose, that's your prerogative.
The number of points the Browns can't score more than. What am I clicking?
But just, I type your guess in the chat.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, good.
I'd like to spin.
I've gone over some.
I'm gonna just say 103. I'm just feeling lucky.
It's a shame because it's good. I know.
One.
156.
157.
It's the plaintiffs who are not going over.
In the chat, I have 151 by Chris Olson.
Is anybody closer than 151?
Jake's gonna fight him in the streets.
Change our win.
Good job, Chris. Good job. How'd it go?
31.
We just had a couple other things on.
Why does that keep opening?
Round 2.
No.
We're almost done, folks.
Here.
A few coming ups.
Yeah, just a couple things. Education Day is bulletproofing the transaction on the 28th. Please come. There will be RSVP on with the QR code.
And please do that because lunch is provided.
Yes, by American Title Solutions.
Next.
So our Thanksgiving feast and dessert auction is going off. We are not going to be here in the very stuffy training room. We are going to the venue at Green Tree. So where we had our holiday party last year is where next month's team meeting will be.
Yes, because it gets full and hot and sweaty and
It gets a little.
please come. If you're new to us in the last year, it's a great time. Arguably the best team meeting of the year.
Agreed.
I might just pop down in a turkey suit or something just to.
So.
Last but not least, our holiday party is on December 12th at the Quarry. So, this will be in your email as well this afternoon.
Yes.
There it
No.
is. Mark, real quick, mortgage related government shutdown information for those of you guys that didn't hear.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, everything as far as like, FHA, VA, conventional loans, those are all, haven't seen any kind of slowdown. But if any of your clients have a current USDA loan in the mix though right now, it's completely stopped. So just to let you know, if you got a pre-approval right now, USDA, or if you got a client that has a USDA loan that's in process right now, it's completely stopped.
But you said FHA is okay?
Yeah, FHA and VA are okay. I mean, you're checking to see FHA connection, all those, outlets, everything so far as day-to-day, normal routine, conventional Fannie and Freddie, no issues. USDA is the only one that said we're not doing anything. So just to let you guys know.
Okay. Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
All right, go